All right. So our last topic for systems of equations word problems, which is when we have two lines and we want to find the point of intersection, the xy. Cool. I should say, in all these questions, we can solve them once we have the equations using substitution and elimination. But these questions are about money. You know they're money because it says the word $sign somewhere in the question. These questions usually involve two things that cost different amounts, and you buy them and your total price is something. So let's start by setting up the equations. Movie theater sold 200 adult and student tickets. And a question saying how many of each type of ticket, adult and student, are there? Adult, student. So let's make A is number of adult tickets. And then we'll make, I want to make it X because S looks too much like a 5, is child tickets. Okay, so we have our two variables, A and X. Oh, maybe let's make it C for child. There we go. Okay, cool. So we know there's 200 in total. So right away, it doesn't say that word sum or total anywhere. You have to figure it out to use that 200. You're gonna go A plus C equals 200. Okay, just like those basic number questions, this is your sum equation. And it's done. That's the first one. The second one said your total revenue was $980. So we're like, okay, cool, total revenue, that means like equals 980. We made $980, but how did we make it? Well, I know I'm gonna have to add the adult price, the adult money, and the child money. So I know I'm gonna have to do something with A and C added together. But I know I can't just add A and C because that's what we did in the last one for like the total amount of tickets. So what we have to do is to figure out like the amount of money you make, you have to multiply it by how many you have. So it's like price times amount. We need to do this thing for each of the adult tickets and the child tickets. The amount, the number that we have is A and C. The value of each ticket, it told us in the question. It said the adult tickets are $650, so I can write 650 times A, and then the student tickets were $450, sweet discount, 450 C. Now we have our second equation. These money problems are always going to be set up this way, where it's the price of a ticket times the amount, price of a ticket times the amount, total value. You can get different words and stuff going on, but it's the same basic idea. Okay, so let's look at this second type. Yeah, we'll do it over here so we have some more space. Okay, so we got candy merchant. He's going to mix these two things together. Cool. So let's set up to start. We know that there's 120 pounds in total. So I'm going to write X plus Y equals 120. Or I guess we should write peanuts plus cashews equals 120. So that's the weight of each. For the second equation, it's a little trickier and harder because it didn't actually tell us the total. What it did tell us is the price per pound. So we're gonna have to set this up in a weird way. So I'm gonna say, you know how the other ones were like price times amount, price times amount? We're gonna set up the price times the amount. We're gonna set up price times amount here on this side as well. So the price for the final mixture is gonna be 3 because it's $3 per pound. The total amount is 120 pounds. For the cashews, I'm gonna leave it C, and for the peanuts, I'm gonna leave it P. Okay, it's gonna work the same way, but the amounts in front of it are gonna change. So I think the cashews were 540, so it's 5.40, and, oh my bad, that's C, 540 C, and the peanuts were 220p. Okay, so now that we look at it, we know that it's 540 times the amount of cashews and 220 times the number of peanuts. That gives us our total, which is going to be equal to the final thing, which is $3 per pound times 120 pounds or kilograms or whatever it is. Once we have our two equations, check and check, sorry, not that one, that one, we can use substitution or elimination to find the point of intersection, the XY value, or the value for P and the value for C. And that's it. That's how we set up these questions. I do think that this type of question is possibly the hardest because most students get messed up and aren't really sure what to do with that. So just be careful with that one.